Don't repeat this mistake again, Yoshi. Oh shit. Come on. Give me. Hello everybody, Bleachy here. I know that it's been a long time since I said that. It's been, I don't know, I'll show the time on screen. It's been a while. But today we are doing an endless easy video. We're actually so back, as the kids would say. So I'm gonna just start. We're doing things a little differently today. So I'm gonna have a little funny timer there. What we're gonna be doing today is usually, so stick with me here. I have been gone for like over a year. I have not played Endless Easy in that time. I haven't played Mario Maker in that time period. No. So yeah, basically I have been gone for a long time, and in this video I'm gonna be explaining why. So this is Endless Easy. And this is basically just gonna be background noise while I explain myself why I have been gone for so long. So here we go. So I have been gone for I think a year and a half, something like that, maybe longer. And in that time I have been quite busy. Oh baby, this is gonna be funny. It's a door level. All right, but oh, that's so funny. Let me just focus up. So in that time, what was I doing? Well, I was working. Yeah, I know, doing adult things. I was the kids would say on the grind. Yeah, this is a fun one. So I have been on the grind. I have been working my ass off for like over a year, and obviously in that time I didn't have, well, time to, you know, do YouTube stuff. So basically, I mean, that's the long story short, but let me, I guess, like, explain my mentality. Well, like, if I was working, am I not working anymore? And the answer to that will be, yeah, I'm not working anymore. Because recently, well, I've been studying. I think in old videos, there probably can be found because I have them unlisted. But in old videos, I was very anti-studying. I am not a fan of studying. Studying is not a thing that I'm particularly fond of. Studying and me, no good. But in my time working, when you decide that you're gonna, you know, get in a job, like you're basically, my mentality was that I didn't want to study, and I was basically just gonna grind money up, get my money up, maybe go for a promotion and just get money by working hard. Unfortunately, the sad reality of the life that we live in is that just working hard, by the way, this is a tutorial level. Somebody put up the tutorial level count. The reality of life is that just working hard will not get you enough money to live. That's just the reality that we live in, right? In an ideal world, we that wouldn't be the case. We could just, you know, like, if somebody wants to work, they can work, and if somebody wants to study, they can study, and that will be it. But, you know, we have to work, we have to live in the world we live in, not try to live in the world we will want to live in, right? So I was working for a while, and I noticed that this shit ain't gonna work. So then I decided to study. I studied digital marketing, and I've been studying digital marketing actually. And in that time, I have basically going through a bunch of character arcs, because I started digital marketing and I said, no, this ain't for me. The two very different levels back to back. And I said, this ain't for me. But then I have been having some experiences, as I would say, that's like, wait, I could make this work. Because the thing with digital marketing is that the idea of doing it for somebody else, like working in a company and doing something like that, running ads, it feels a little scummy. Like, if you ever decide to study in that field, you realize that companies can and will absolutely do anything in their power to get as much money from you as possible. And I mean, we all know this, but once you study marketing, you realize, damn, they really do this, and they have a lot of very questionable, morally questionable tactics to get money out of you and get information out of you, right? So when I originally studied, I was like, oh, well, I wouldn't want to work for a company doing this. But then I realized that, well, I don't have to work for a company. I could just do it for myself. And in fact, the idea of doing it for myself is actually quite beneficial if I want to run a YouTube channel. At the end of the day, influencers are really just companies, but the brand is based off of themselves. That's really the only big difference. I mean, that's how influencing has become in social media in recent years. Once upon a time, what the hell? Alright, concentration camp moment. Yeah, alright. What I was saying, basically, once upon a time, YouTube, it would be like, oh, you could just do whatever the hell you wanted and you get paid a lot of money, and it was, oh, you know, like the dream job. And it still kind of is. I would say absolutely being an influencer is a way better job than if you were to be working a normal, I guess, 9 to 5, or working in like a factory, fast food or whatever. And I would know that because I've already done it. And if I could make a living out of content creation, I would absolutely prefer that over the job that I used to have, which is why I studied that in the first place. I studied in this field. But the only difference is that, well, if you're in a company, you have financial security. Whereas if you decide to work for yourself, you do not have that. You basically have to work very hard, and all your hard work could even amount to nothing. So it's a very much riskier endeavor, but it would absolutely have a higher reward and a higher yield if it works. Because I mean, if you watch any popular content creator, so the most popular content creators right now, off the top of my head, Kai Cenat comes to mind, I Show Speed, Iron Mouse, all these top content creators. Where the hell am I supposed to go? Oh my god. All these top content creators, like, obviously they are having a very good time. Like, they make a lot of money, they can do basically whatever they want, and it's as you know, they would to describe it, the dream job. It's, you can do whatever you want whenever you want it. You have your own schedule, you set your own times, you can take things at your own pace, and it's all nice and dandy. But of course, the initial steps of doing this, it takes a lot of hard work, and it's also a lot of luck. I wouldn't say it's all luck, as some creators will say, oh, you just have to win the lottery. It's not winning the lottery. There's a strategy to it all. But the strategy does take a lot of work, and it will also sometimes entail you having to do things that you wouldn't want to do, but you're gonna have to do them, right? So right now, I'm playing Mario Maker Endless Easy, right? Super Mario Maker 2, right? Now let's keep it a buck here. If you're still watching this video, that in itself is a miracle, and if so, thank you for watching. But something that's very interesting is that Mario Maker stopped getting updates years ago. This game, unless you're an established content creator for this game, is basically a dead game, right? Like, other than its niche audience, most, other than the content creators that already established themselves when this game came out, it's very hard now to break into this sphere because this game just doesn't get recommended anymore. And that's just how social media and YouTube and all these platforms work. It's always the new and trending thing, right? And well, because Nintendo decided that they wanted to be haters and they stopped updating this game a long time ago, well, unfortunately, this is what's gonna happen. And just because the game stops getting updates doesn't necessarily mean that it'll die off. I would say a good example is Mario Kart 8. Funny enough, there's been a content creator that's been doing pretty well recently that started getting recommended to me a lot. His name is Shortcat, and he's doing videos of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and the Big Boy 2025, and he's doing pretty well. So it's not always the case. A game does stop getting updates, which would be Mario Kart 8. It stopped getting updates like what, like a year ago, something like that. It can still, you know, see successes, and you can still see content if you do great content on it, which a content creator like Shortcat that has great content on Mario Kart. So really, you could, in theory, break the boundaries with any game, but doing it with a game that has been out for longer is a lot harder than if, I don't know, you were to pick a game like Minecraft, I guess. But the thing with Minecraft is that yes, it's significantly more popular. Yes, constant updates all the time. But Minecraft also, because of that, Minecraft has a very competitive sphere. So even then, I wouldn't even say, oh, just you want to get rich, just be a Minecraft content creator. No, because I feel the bar for Minecraft content creation is just getting increasingly high. Like, I have seen Minecraft videos where the dude's just like, oh yes, I spent 500 hours building this thing. And, you know, one will have to sit down and think, whoa, am I gonna have to do a am I gonna have to spend 600 hours on a video to match this fucking dude? Probably not many people have that amount of time to do that, and that's the point. The thing with content creation as this move forward is that it's a harder space to crack into as time passes, right? If you want to be a content creator, the best time to start was yesterday, and the second best time is today. You should, like, when content creators tell you, oh, just start doing it, it's not as simple. I just hit the camera button, just record, because there's a lot of science and there's a lot of psychology and algorithm manipulation and a lot of other things that you have to deal with. Tutorial level, by the way. God damn it all. There's a lot of things that come into play when content creation, but it is objectively true that you should start, if you're interested in doing it, as fast as possible, because you're gonna want to build a variety of skills. You want to know, if you're doing YouTube, you want to learn how to edit. If you're gonna do streaming, you want to learn how to talk to an audience. And sometimes, and when you're starting out, it's gotta be an audience that doesn't exist, right? You wanna entail what audience do you want before you even start doing shit, and you're just gonna have to talk to the imaginary buddy. What the hell? Okay. I'm confused. I'm sorry. Sorry. This is usually a tutorial level, but I guess they changed it. As I was saying, it's just this sphere is harder to crack into with time. So ideally you do it as fast as possible. I think that's what I was talking about. This level fucking broke my brain. God damn it, all this stupid Mario Maker and the CC levels. But yeah, you have to learn a variety of, that's what I was talking about, the variety of skills, yeah. If you're streaming, you gotta learn to talk to an audience that exists. If you're doing YouTube, editing has basically become a required skill. Like the idea of content that isn't edited just won't fly anymore. The standards has gone up way too much. What the? I am so confused. There you go. We did it. That one hurt. That one hurt me actually. I guess it was a linked level. Alright. But you want to know editing if you're gonna be doing YouTube. You want to know how to talk with nobody if you're doing streaming. You want to be... And then, depending on your niche, you want to learn different editing skills, depending on what your niche is. You want to master your niche, know what the keywords are in your niche. You want to know what the target audience is for your niche. There's a lot that goes into this stuff, and a lot of people don't know that. So you'll see it. For example, I'll just keep it real. I use my channel as an example. My channel, I did the fatal error of breaking the niche. If you notice, I think those videos are listed now, but I was doing Mario Maker Endless Easy content, and then for a short period of time, I did Splatoon 3 content because I started playing that game, and it was fun. But that's the big fucky wucky. You can't break your niche, especially when you're starting out. You break your niche, as I was saying, my niche was Super Mario Maker 2. You break your niche to play a different game, you fucked up. Now the algorithm, because the way the algorithms at YouTube work, you have your niche And the more you stick to it, the more it'll get recommended to your target audience inside that niche. So if you break it, then the YouTube doesn't know what to recommend you to. And that's gonna hurt your engagement badly. And usually you want to keep going up in engagement. You can't, sometimes you go up and down, and that's normal. But if you just go down and then you never go back up, well, tough luck, right? And you know, that happens a lot, especially if you break your niche, which is what I did. And if you notice, my channel was doing okay-ish, especially for a channel that was dealing with that I was just posting daily, but my videos had no commentary for the most part and had no editing of any sort. It was just me sitting down for 15 minutes or so. I would sit down and record, no commentary, no yapping. I would just listen to music. I would scroll on Twitter while playing Mario Maker, and that would be it. And then I had a little silly outro with a copyright-free song, and that was it. And for what I was, and for that small amount of effort, the channel actually did grow quite a bit, around 300 subscribers. But then I broke the niche and over. So my advice, if you're a rising content creator, find something that you really like. But it's not just sort of say, oh, just do what you like. Wrong. It's not just what you like. You have to really like it. You have to love that. You have to do it for the love of the game and just stick to it. As some would say, tutorial level, by the way. Let's see. So you just stick to it, and you have to stick to it hard. So I would say, for example, Mario Maker 2 is not the ideal game for this, but the good thing about Mario Maker 2 is that it does have endless levels. So it does have endless content. So you can do an endless amount of content with this. And that is good. There's not that many games where you could do this. You could do it with Minecraft, of course, as I mentioned earlier. Mario Maker. See, that guy knows. This is title screen level. Yeah. Alright. Mario Maker is a good game in concept, but the thing is to stop getting updates, so that hurts it pretty badly. Mario Kart is a good game for that too, because sure, it stopped getting updates, but every Mario Kart race is different. There's not one same Mario Kart race because of the way items work, so you can always have a content space working with it. Music level. Add that to the tally. Music level inbound. Mario Kart is a good game in that sense. I know Breath of the Wild content kinda died off, but Breath of the Wild for a while was a very good game for making content, because it's actually such a huge game that you could have basically endless video ideas. And while I don't know too much about Breath of the Wild content creators, it will surprise me there's still some out there that just, their whole niche is just playing Breath of the Wild. So wouldn't surprise me. But the point that I'm trying to make is, you try to find your niche game, and it's ideally a game that you can keep making content on. If it's not a game like that, then the content sphere around gaming has changed a lot. Like, oh really, I died. Fraud alert. Fraud alert. Oh my god. But yeah, but basically the content sphere around gaming has changed a lot. If you notice now, usually instead of seeing a let's play like, oh, a broken down part of 15 to 20 episodes on one game, that's not the thing that gets done with games anymore. Now games will have, what we'll say, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. Basically, it's one video per game. Like for example, let me use a popular game that came out recently. Sonic Generations came out recently. Most content creators that made a video about that game just have one video. It's their whole entire playthrough broken down into a 20, 30, 40, maybe an hour long video, right? And if it's not that, then other content creators would just have like their whole gameplay, because like, you could beat the game in like 2.5 hours, so they'll just have their whole stream upload to their channel and that be it, right? But that's the point. Usually, even with big games, like sure, Sonic Generations is a small game, but even with bigger games, You see it now. Rarely will you see an actual, like, you know, the let's play format is just like, oh, here's my experience playing the game format, right? And obviously it makes sense as to why. With long form content having to combat the rise of short form content, people want their start and their conclusions, like their beginning and their end, quickly, right? Like, people don't wait a week for the next episode of a game anymore. If you start playing a game, they want to see the end result, ideally by the time they acknowledge that there was a beginning, right? Like, I know that sounds weird, but basically, if you see me start to play Sonic Generations, then you'll want to see me end, and people don't want to wait to see the end. That's the difference between, like, past forms of content creation and today, right? So that format of content is the most common right now, and it rose because of the rise of short form content. Long form content, from what I've seen, is making sort of a comeback, but it's making a comeback because it has had to adapt to the fact that attention spans, especially the younger generation, have gotten way smaller. So instead of, like, you can't make a video starting out a let's play and then, oh shit, you can't make a, oh well, that's better. You can't make a video starting out a let's play and expect people to want to wait a whole week to see the next episode. That just doesn't happen anymore. There's still an audience for that. I'm not gonna say there isn't, but it's a lot smaller audience. Before, like, you know, let me tell an example. Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, these are OG YouTube goats, as I would say. Especially PewDiePie, he was the one that started this Let's Play format in the first place. But, you know, all these other popular gaming YouTubers had this sort of format. If you look at them now, for example, Jacksepticeye, now he posts very frequently, and when he posts, he'll just have his whole playthrough in a single video, and it's a very long video, so in a sense it's not exactly short form, but it is all condensed into one experience, and I think that is exactly what has to be done. What would have been a Let's Play series in 2015 that would have been, like, I don't know, 100 episodes long or whatever the hell, now becomes one big video, and that's just how it has to be. I think Markiplier was ahead of the curve. He started the 3 Scary Games series a long time ago, but now that type of format for content creation is actually pretty optimal, because people don't want to see a series of the same game. They'll rather just see the whole experience of the game. And I mean, to be fair, 3 Scary Games started because there's a lot of horror games that are very short, that wouldn't warrant a series or not even a full video. But now 3 Scary Games could work even with modern horror games, right? Like, oh, a full-fledged experience, I'm gonna have to condense that into a video. Oh, you son of a bitch. Alright. Well, point is, all these content creators, new and old, have had to adapt to the content shift thanks to TikTok, and mostly TikTok, but also Instagram Reels, what's the other, and YouTube Shorts. I mean, TikTok started it, and then everybody said, well, we have to do it too, and even the websites that we do not speak of here are doing short form content. It's that crazy. It's that essential to have. So in content creation, what would be, as someone that's studying, I'm studying this, and I've also been on YouTube basically my whole life, so I've seen all this, thank God, short level. I've been on YouTube my whole life, so I've seen all this evolve, and I'm also studying this, so I know more than maybe the average person would. If you're gonna start content creation, find your niche, first off. And your niche, it could be hyper specific, and some will say, oh, you don't want to generalize too much, like an outsider review will say, oh, you want to generalize too much, you want to have a broad perspective, so you want to have a broad variety of topics. That's a good idea in theory, but it doesn't work that way in practice. Algorithms favor you have sticking to one very specific thing a lot more than having a variety of different things. The only time you see content creators have a big variety of different things is if they're really big content creators and they already broke through, right? Like, let me mention another popular content creator, Alpharet. he used to do only like Smash videos back in the day, Smash 4, Smash Ultimate. That was like his niche. But then he broke through and he started doing Pokemon. Now most of what he does is Pokemon, but his channel has grown to a point where basically he could do a video on anything he wants, and with his high quality editing and commentary, the people will watch him, like it, and they'll basically watch anything. Another content creator that I can mention is Astral Spiff, very popular. I watch him all the time. All his videos are very high quality, very good editing, the ideas are very creative and all that. But also he started when he broke through, it was FNAF 6. It was not FNAF, no, it was Security Breach, but the first video I saw of him was Final Fantasy 6. Well, the point is, that was the niche. FNAF is a really good niche. You wanna become a millionaire when I just straight FNAF. But the point is that, yeah, like FNAF, he broke through to FNAF, and now he can basically do a video on anything he wants, and he'll get through just fine. But when you're starting out, you want to have that one niche. I've seen a content creator get recommended to me the other day, and what was his niche? FNAF World. I saw another one get recommended to me. What was his niche? It was like Donkey Kong. So the point is, as weird as it may be, oh, you say, oh, I like Nintendo, I'll play Nintendo games. That's not good enough. You have to stick to a certain type of Nintendo game, and sometimes just one Nintendo game. Let me mention another content creator, Simple Flex, one of my main inspirations. He plays, for the most part, 2 games, Super Mario 64, and all the ROM hacks and mods that come with it, and Super Mario Maker 2. And that's basically his niche, right? And TTT, but TTT comes in way less frequency. But the point is, I've been mentioning all these creators. You can go to their channels and you'll see they have their shit locked, right? And even if they do a variety of different games and a variety of different content, there's always a common thread that is their style, and that's what you want to do. You want to start with your niche, because you won't have your style down until you actually sit down, you record, you edit, and you find what you do best. Because if you don't have that down, you just won't grow. People will come back when you have something of value to give them, right? So if you have your style to a T, then people will come back because your style is a style that they can't get with anybody else. But when you're starting out, well, you may have an idea, but an idea is not good enough. You need something concrete, something like a formula to replicate, right? Like, I know a lot of people don't like the idea of making their content formulaic, and someone even say, oh, you don't want to make it formulaic. But even content creators like Mr. Beast have a formula. What's Mr. Beast's formula? That he has a shit ton of money and he makes people fight for the money. That's basically his formula, or just gives it away, whatever the hell he does. I stopped watching Mr. Beast a long time ago, but basically even content. Oh, here are the mushrooms. I was like, where are the drugs at? All right, but basically that's the point. Like, even a content creator like Mr. Beast, the world's biggest content creator, that has enough money to literally do anything he wants. He probably has enough money to throw the US government. It has already been proven that if you have enough money, you can't throw over the US government. But Mr. Beast will not throw over the US government for content. At least I don't think he would. He would just stick to what he does best. And what does he do best? He gives money away. So what's Mr. Beast's niche? He has the hardest niche of all time, giving money away. Because no, it's very easy to gain money. It's not as easy to give it away. But I mean, Mr. Beast does gain more money than he wastes, so obviously it's actually a very sustainable form of content. Just a risky one for sure, but it works, so don't knock it if it works, right? But basically, yeah, I'm not saying that you should go out, take off your life savings and start dumping money and hope you're the next Mr. Beast, because your niche is going to be that you give money away. Because that's another thing with your niche. When you're doing a niche, you have to evaluate, who am I competing against, right? Like, for example, if you watch Mario Maker videos and you say, okay, well, I want to make a Mario Maker video too. Well, who are you competing against, right? as far as I know, the only Mario Maker creator that I'm competing is Simple Flips, because that's the only one I watch. And Simple Flips, well, he has very funny content. You should go watch him. Shouts to Simple Flips. But point is, Simple Flips is a standard that I would want to be. And I'm not saying I'm gonna be there yet. And trust me, this video is not gonna be a Simple Flips level quality video. But I hope to God that that's gonna be the standard that I would want to reach. Right? Maybe I'm not there yet, but I would like to be there. So really, that's the fundamental basis of content creation. I guess I'm gonna title this video of me yapping about content creation while playing Mario Maker 2. So, do you want to follow advice of what not to do? Just look at my channel. Actually, look at my channel before this video, and you'll see it's a lot of on-commentary, unedited content. And unfortunately, that just doesn't fly anymore. Maybe it would have flown in 2012, but it won't work anymore. That's just the truth. Like, the truth is that, like, content has just evolved, and quality will always go over quantity. There was a time where basically you want to pump out as much videos on YouTube as possible. That's why the Let's Play format got so popular in the first place. But we also saw the effects of the Let's Play format. Go back a couple of years, go look at Jacksepticeye's channel. Jacksepticeye had to take a couple mental health breaks because having to record every day of your life is like basically having to work every day of your life. Sure, it's not as hard of a job as, again, like a 9 to 5 or whatever, but you know, no matter how easy a job is, the idea of having to do it every day is a lot, even if it is something you like, right? Nobody wants to work every day of their life, even if it's something they adore, right? Everybody needs breaks. Everybody needs time to, you know, get their creative energy back, get their, you know, live. Like, you want to be with your family. You want to spend time with, oh, what the hell? You want to jump off a pit. The point is, nobody wants to do, like, just at this point, nobody wants to work every day of their life, and that was kind of what YouTube was back in the day. Come back here, you stupid dinosaur! Damn it! I'm starting over. So in a way, I guess a quality over quantity format. Sure, I guess you. Well, but it's still more work. Like, it's funny. I would say having to record every day and editing every day, that's tough. I would suggest, if you're starting out, prioritize quality over quantity. And if you have the option of making 5 videos a week, but they're lower quality, or making 2 videos a week but are of higher quality, then do the 2 videos a week, right? And then as you progress, ideally you reach a point where you can then make 5 videos a week that are the same quality as those 2 videos of a week were. Because the thing with editing is that you'll get faster, you start to get your style down, and eventually you improve to a point where it isn't as hard anymore. And for example, if you want to lock in and start do even more content, then then you can't, right? But you have to start. The point is, you have to start, because if you don't start, then you will not learn, and if you don't learn, then you'll never improve enough to actually have a real shot at doing this. This job is not as hard as a 9 to 5 or whatever. It will never be. And the fact that that was even a discussion is stupid. Yes, it is work. Let's not say it isn't work, but it's also not as hard work as a traditional job, as some would say. It is a job, but it's a much preferable and desirable job than the other forms of content creation. So really, yeah, that's about it, I think. I mean, that's a lot of my YouTube tips. YouTube is my specialty because I've been in this platform for way too long. I'm also studying for all the other platforms. I really, know about all of them. So if you just want a YouTube advice, I guess you could just skip forward or whatever. But I'm going to start talking about other platforms now. With other platforms, YouTube is the most viable platform for long-form content. You know, if it's short-form content, You could do YouTube Shorts, and YouTube Shorts are incredibly effective, actually. Um, in fact, for example, this YouTuber that I mentioned, Shortcat, the reason I found his channel was through YouTube Shorts, and eventually I just watched so many shorts. It's like, well, I watched the full video, and that's mainly gonna be one of your main goals for YouTube Shorts. Your goal with YouTube Shorts is that you want to use it as a promotion tool for your main long form content videos. You could also just, do YouTube Shorts as your main form of content, but I feel in the most effective usage that I've seen in YouTube is by people basically using it as a way to promote their channels and get more reach. They, for example, Shortcat will make tip videos, tips, lists. Those type of content are the most effective when making short content. Short form content, the whole premise is like YouTube short. It's like long form content on crack. It's the same principles, but you're putting them on overtime because you have a way smaller window to have to do the same things. On YouTube, one of the most important things is watch time. You want people to watch until the end of the video. The same applies to short form content, but because short form content is the same, what happens with short form? What am I doing? What happens with short form content is that, that watch time actually becomes even much more important than it does on YouTube. Because on YouTube, watch time will help you get recommended, and watch time will help you get more ad revenue, because if people are watching to the end, then that's a bigger opportunity for you to get money, right? But for short form content, watch time is what helps you get recommended. It's what helps you reach. If you have a 7-second video and and people always watch the entirety of that 7-second video, then that's 100% watch time. Like you have, you locked in, and that's good. That means your content will get recommended. But if you have a 60-second video and they only watch until a 30-second mark, that's only 50% watch time. Your shorts will probably not be get at the top, right? That's how it works in most forms of TikTok. That's especially works on TikTok and Instagram. On YouTube, I mostly see longer shorts. I would definitely say the short form content is on TikTok and Instagram. On YouTube, it is longer. Usually, on YouTube, that 60-second time limit just stretched the fuck up. Meanwhile, for TikTok and Instagram, you don't always want to go over a 60-second mark. You don't want to overstay your welcome. You want to, as some would say, you want to do it. You want to have the perfect length, and the perfect length will vary depending on the topic and what the hell are you talking about. Also, let me just little sidetrack here. I'm doing endless easy. Endless easy is easy. This is not difficult, but even something I have a lot of respect for. This is a skill that you gain with time, which is why I'm starting to record and just doing this, even though if it's not optimal. Let me just preface this. What I'm doing here in terms of social media content creation, it's not optimal. I'm studying and I know, but I'm doing it just to get practice until I get the shit down, right? Oh, what the hell? Okay, that was weird. This is not optimal. But the point is, I'm doing it anyway because the skill of being able to talk while playing a game is a very underrated skill, a very underappreciated skill. It is hard. This shit is not easy. And I see people, sometimes it's one thing, for example, and this, I was saying, this is endless easy. This is not difficult at all. I don't have to know anything. It's just, for the most part, hold forward and win. Watch this level. Watch this. First off, look at this garbage of a level. But that's not even the... Wait. Oh no! Well, but the point is that if I held forward there, I would have won. But I was stupid, so I jumped. But the point is, I don't even have to do anything in this level. All I have to do is hold forward, and I win, and that's it. But even in a level like this, having to talk and also play the game, it's not as easy as a lot of content creators that have been in this space for years make it out to be. It's a skill that you gain as you do it, and it's hard. And I've seen content creators, for example, I mentioned already, Astro Split, for example, he can do this while doing legitimately difficult speedruns or challenges. I could never. Like, if I put in a clip right here of me playing a different game, I don't know, a Marble Rivals, I've been playing that recently. Who knows, maybe I even insert that clip here.
Feeling fantastic. Enemy ahead of us. Just in time. Thanks.
Keep your ugly friends in the scene,
A
Namor.
little help, please.
I'm not muted, by the way. This is just what happens when I lock in. New spawn point, man. I just spawned in the worst possible spot. Man, of course we had to disconnect, of course. Bruh. Well, I got one more kill than Attack did. Lame-o. But I'll just be that quiet. I'll just be that quiet because I don't even talk. Like, if I'm playing with my friends, I don't even talk with my friends. I'm that quiet, focusing on the gameplay, right? And then you'll see other streamers that are just trolling. Like they'll be saying the funniest shit and also playing legitimately well, and that's hard. This idea, for example, oh, I'm a lock in chat, I'm a go quiet. Some would like knock it as like, oh come on, don't be so dramatic. But it legitimately, like, talking and playing the game, like when you're talking, it becomes a lot harder to play the game. It really is. Like, some, like, you don't notice it until you try it. And what the hell am I doing here? see, like, you see my gameplay, and I'm playing like a toddler right now. Like, see, like, that level was made for a baby that just came out of the womb. But because I have to talk and also play the game, it becomes harder. Like, it genuinely does. So for example, if you're gonna do gaming content, that's a skill that you need, but it's a skill that's hard to get. And if you can't do it easily, then you're blessed, because it's not easy. It really ain't. Damn, my throat hurts. See, and that's another thing. Like, you have to practice talking a lot. I have only, like, let me look at my timer. My timer is at 41 minutes. I've been talking for 41 minutes straight, and I'm starting to get tired. Some people will do this for days. You know? For days on end. They will be yapping. I can't do that to save my life. Like, at least not right now. Ideally, I'll gain that skill and get good at it. But it's an essential skill to have, and if I don't build it, then that happens. I'm dying to a baby boss. I'm dying to the easiest challenge in the game. Like, and ideally, you will provide good gameplay while also providing good commentary, right? So I would say, and that's the thing with that's why, for example, even in the early days, I would say content creation in the early days was a lot easier. At least in terms of breaking through, because the algorithms were a lot more forgiving, right? But please. But a lot of people didn't know what worked and what didn't work. So even though it was a lot easier, a lot of people didn't know what they were doing. So because a lot of people didn't know what they're doing, a lot of people still didn't break through. Like, right today we have the opposite problem. where content creation, I would say right now, is a lot harder because we now know what works and what don't work. We know the formulas. We have general ideas of what is gonna work with the algorithm, what will not work with the algorithm, what makes the algorithm happy, what doesn't make it happy. The YouTubers that started this did not know that. They just kind of had to figure it out as they went. But now we do know that. But because we know that, now everybody is trying to get a piece of the pie, right? So it's become a lot more competitive. Back in the day, well, there wasn't that much competition because it's like if you figured out the system, you had such a massive advantage over everybody else. And a lot of people didn't know it. So they was trying to break through, it didn't work, and well, they would give up, and that was it. So yeah, damn. Let's see. So like 40 something minutes talking, and I'm already getting tired. And some people will do this for 6 hours or something, and interacting with chat. I don't have a chat. I'm just talking to myself. And I mean, this is valuable practice to talk by myself. But I mean, at least I have a certain topic in mind. That's another skill that you will want to have: being malleable, being able to have a lot of topics in mind, or not even topics in mind, but the topics come to you, and you can just keep talking, keep being engaged, even if there's nobody engaging with you. That's tough, especially if you're someone that's not very social. I'm not a super social person. I'm not antisocial. I have friends. I play with them all the time, actually, but you know, but I have a very close circle of friends, so we usually talk about the same things. And a person that, for example, have a wide variety of friends that talks about a lot of different things, you will probably have an easier time coming up with topics and ways to socialize with people online. I, for example, am also not very active on my social pages, which is bad. In social media, activity is king. You want to be active all the time, ideally. But if you can't, which, I mean, it's normal because you will probably have a life and you probably are doing good things in life. You want to have a level of consistency. For example, in this example I mentioned earlier, you know, like instead of 2 videos, you have 2 videos, 2 quality videos instead of 5 lesser quality videos. Well, if you're gonna do 2 videos, then you gotta be consistent with those 2 videos anyway, right? You can't have, oh well, one week I'm gonna do 2 videos and another week I'm gonna do 5 videos and then another week, like, no, you have stick to it, you know, like put the fries in the bag. Like, some would say that YouTube is an avenue, and like social media in general is an avenue for creativity, and it is. You can be very creative. You can express your interests and stuff like that. But it's also like it's a cycle. You want to have cycles. You want to automate this, which is I feel what turns a lot of people off. Like they'll think, oh, I'll be able to do anything you want, and unfortunately, it's not quite like that. That just isn't the case, unfortunately. But I mean, if anybody could truly do anything they wanted, this would be YouTube would be a lot, and all these social medias would be a lot more chaotic. Like, what do I feel if I went over there, the level and I'll play the level now. Oh no. Oh, okay, I would have been screwed if I went over there. Alright. Oh man. See, like my throat is getting genuinely sore. My god. But yeah, I've just been yapping. What was it? I've just been yapping. I keep forgetting what I'm even talking about, man. This is oh man. See, it's but the point is, you want to be a content creator. No shit, Sherlock, but create content. But it's not. You're probably not gonna pop off at the start, probably. And I feel it's actually better if you don't. Oh shit. I would say it's better if you don't pop off at the start, because that gives you time to, as I said before, nail your style, understand your niche, work on your skills. Because once you start to pop off, then you want to ride the momentum. You don't want to, like, okay, I started to pop off, so now I'm gonna do nothing. No, you have to keep riding that. Like, you know, oh no, I messed up. You want to ride the momentum of your pop-off. You want to keep them making higher quality content, more consistent content. Keep, you want, as they say, ride the wave, right? But riding the wave, in order to ride a wave, you actually need to have the sufficient enough skill and knowledge to keep riding it instead of just, you know, being a one-hit wonder and falling off. So there's a lot that goes into this, a lot more than you might think. So I would just say, just start doing it. It never hurts to try. Because at the end of the day, okay, you tried it, it didn't work out. At least, like, you know, you gave it a good shot. It's useful skills to have. It's useful life skills. The skills of editing, the skills of managing recording softwares, the skills of recording, the skills of being able to talk continuously. All these skills are skills that are transferable in your day-to-day life. Like, this is not just something that is useful for just the YouTube or the TikTok or whatever, and that's it. No, like, I mean, the fundamental truth is that before, YouTube used to be this, like, the dream job that only a certain amount of people have. But, you know, because only a certain amount of people have it, it wasn't really realistic. It was only considered to be this subset, like this like bubble separated from the rest of the world in a way. But that's not the truth anymore. Like, influence, for example, influencer marketing is a very real thing that companies have to consider. Getting, like, you know, like the sponsors, like Raid Shadow Legends and all that, and all this. Raid Shadow Legends. Let me mention some. Raid Shadow Legends, Squarespace, Display, Manscaped, Factor. What's the Morgan and Morgan or whatever the law firm, like. All these companies, you might find it silly. Oh, they're sponsored. It's just like, you think of the creator getting the bag, but think about the fact that companies are giving this creator, sometimes not even that big of creators, like 100K. I mean, in relative to other creators, 100K, 200K, 300K, 400K, 500K subs. Sometimes not even like a million subs, right? But they're giving these creators sometimes like $5,000, $10,000 for just for a single sponsor. Oh shit! Just for a single sponsor. And it's like, well, why do you give that money to a bigger creator? But the thing is, even though these smaller creators, right, or at least again smaller relative to the rest of the YouTube space, when companies choose to sponsor creators, they're doing it for a reason. They know what they're doing. They know that, you know, if that specific creator has a big subset of the company's target audience, like that company's target audience and that creator's target audience overlap. So they know it's actually a better investment to invest on that smaller creator than to invest on a bigger creator that may have a much more varied audience. So for companies have to consider even the smallest of creators on their sponsors, because sometimes that one small 50K to 100K content creator has the perfect audience for their product that a 10 million sub content creator doesn't have, right? So once you break into this space, there's a lot of opportunities because companies know the power of influencer marketing. Like, sure, they're spending $5 to $10K on the small, even smaller content creators, but if they're spending $5 to $10K, they're expecting a return of sometimes 5 times that, like $50K for that investment, from $25K to $50K. And if companies keep doing it, that's because it works. Because if it didn't work, they wouldn't do it. So there is money and there is a legitimate business, like there's legitimate practicality in this field, but you have to be good at what you're doing. I have a bad allergy. I'm starting to get a bad allergy. So excuse me, boy. Also, this is like looks like a somewhat decent level. Shoot, I'm running. Yep. I hate when I get allergies. But point is, if you want to be a content creator and you feel you got the tools necessary to do it, you got the ideas necessary to do it, and you got the passion to do it, then try it. And if you fail, then keep trying. Because here's the thing, there's no true failure with content creation. Because even if your videos didn't pop off, you can learn from them. And when your videos do pop off, then you learn from them. It's always a learning experience. Even if this is a very formulaic process at the end of the day, because you're sticking to your niche, you do what you do best, and you provide the content that people expect of you. You also want to keep learning and keep improving. And you can only learn and keep improving out of your failures and of your victories. So never like sit on an idea, just do it. And if it didn't work, well fuck, well now you know you don't do it again. Or if you are to do it again in the future, take feedback, see what didn't work. If something was a really bad idea, people are probably gonna be vocal about it, like why the fuck did you do this, right? So it's just a matter of that. Look at your analytics. Your analytics are your strongest tool in terms of learning what works and what doesn't. It's your bread and butter. Do research on things related to your topic. What's your competition? What are other content creators doing on your topic? What ideas are they doing? Some will say, oh, like you'll see content creators borrow ideas from each other all the time. Oh, shout outs to this content creator for this idea. And you might think, oh, well, I mean, this is literally another guy's idea. But sometimes ideas are so good that people would just take their time to watch somebody else do the same idea, because that original idea was so interesting that it can be done multiple times by different people and still be fun, right? So do research. Research is another very important factor. Both research on your own content, which you can only do if you start making content. But before you start doing content, a good thing you could do is do research on the content that's around your niche. So I was planning to make this a heavily edited video, but I haven't stopped yapping, so I don't even know how I'm going to tackle editing this thing. Well, that's going to be a problem for editing me, not current me. Yo, hey, pass me. Fuck you. But yeah, and I have been pretty damn disorganized. I mean, I don't have a script for this, so I've just been kind of yapping. So I feel that would this video have been better if I had a script and I had all my points laid out? Yeah, it would have been. But I feel just doing this random yapping session where I talk about random bullshit that comes to my mind. This is kind of what I do. I yap a lot. But I yap a lot if I have a certain topic in mind. If I don't, then I just kind of stay quiet. I'm mostly kind of quiet when I game. So which is why, for example, I used to do on commentary videos, right? And it was a novel idea, but unfortunately, unless you're the only time I've seen no commentary content thrive is usually people that are the first ones to do content on something, right? Like if they have early access or they have some form of like let me think of an example. Isn't this one like this guy Posafia Gaming, I think he's called? They hate that motherfucker because I mean everybody hates that guy because he puts a thumbnail, like he'll spoil the final boss on his thumbnails. But that guy is usually one of the first ones that finishes the game and posts everything on the game on YouTube. At least back in the day. I don't know if that's still the case, but that's a memorable case of what I'm trying to say. And those videos didn't have commentary, but logically so. The commentary would hurt it because a lot of people the people that watch those videos just want to see the game. They don't care for anybody playing the game, right? They want to see what the game has to offer, and that's about it, right? So, but other than that, that's a very small target audience, and the people that have that target audience, they have an unlock. The only way you could break through if it's just like a game that has constant updates and you're the first one to report on those updates. That's pretty common. For example, Marvel Rivals channels pretty recently, but Minecraft channels have been doing that for ages. Fortnite channels have been doing that for ages. Like, but again, the people that are in that bubble and have established themselves in that bubble, those people will go to them for that type of content and will rarely even give anybody else a chance, right? And And some will say, oh, that's kind of unfair, but think about it. If you're somebody that watches Mario Maker content and you already have the content creators that you like watching, right? Are you gonna spend your time watching new content creators, or you're just gonna watch the ones that you already know will deliver a good video, right? Like most people don't even think about this; they just watch the content creators that they know will give a good video, right? Like, so, and this is a philosophy that is sure transfers to content creation, but this is just a real life thing. This is why Google Stadia and all these consoles and forms of gaming, like what was it? What was the other company? Amazon trying to compete with Steam, and Google Stadia trying to compete with consoles. Why didn't it work? Google has way more money than at least Sony and Nintendo. Sure, Microsoft is up there with them, but Microsoft is the one that's shaking their asses for the most right now in the gaming console space. So, you know, it's not like Xbox was kicking Google Stadia's ass. It was more Sony and Nintendo, companies that have way less money than Google. But sure, Google had the money, but why would other people give this specific new console a chance when you already have these established names on the market? Like it isn't gonna happen. So I feel that's another content creation advice that I would have to give, and that is that you have to think when you make your content. You have to ask yourself, would you watch this? Would I watch this video? And that's part of the reason why now I'm gonna start focusing more on editing content and all that, because the thing about, like, I'm just gonna be dead ass here. Would I have watched my old videos? The answer is no, I did not. Like, I know this is gonna, you know the fucking meme of I'll put it on screen of it's Star-Lord's dad in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where it's like, I know that sounds bad, and then Star-Lord just starts fucking shooting him. Well, I know it sounds bad that I didn't even watch my own videos, but yeah, I didn't even watch my own videos, so I just record it, I will put it on my editing software, I will put the outro at the end, and that was it. I would not make thumbnails for those videos, I would just let YouTube pick the thumbnail, and that would be it. So, but now, as I've already mentioned before, that just doesn't fly. And like, will I have watched those videos? Well, the answer is pretty clearly no. So now I'm gonna be trying a little harder to make content that people would like to watch. I do plan to actually have face cam. The thing is, I could use the face cam of, what's it called? The face cam of my I'm using a Mac to record, a Mac laptop, but the thing is that I kind of want to see the screen of my game, and my computer's here, and my monitor's also there, so I will need to get a proper webcam to record. Oh boy, that's funny. But once I do, I'm just gonna start doing webcam. I used to have a little B2 studio model, not a model, but I had a friend. I commissioned a friend to do some art, and I'm gonna keep that art as my profile picture art because it's still cute. I'm gonna do face cam content just to get my face out there, because this is another, so this has just become the social media marketing tips video, but with Mario Maker in the back. I guess weird mix of content, but another shit, damn it. I'm gonna shit, I might have to edit and post. What was I about to say? I lost my train of thought, and now I don't remember what I was about to say. And I only know when I edit it. So editing me is gonna have to edit what I was about to say, and you're gonna see that right now. Hello, editing me here. Watch this shit. Stick with me. He's gonna figure this out in like 55 seconds. He's gonna figure it out, and he doesn't figure out exactly what he was talking about, but he talks about something else. So I'm not gonna explain anything. Just watch this. Just watch this. But I guess I forgot. Isn't that crazy that you're literally about to explain something, you're about to say, yeah, I was about to say this, and then you just don't know? Isn't that crazy? Like, why are we like this? Oh yeah, I also I've not been paying any attention to the levels, but I think the messages actually have been a lot of title screen levels, as one would like to call it. And also, I just don't surpass the hour. A lot of yapping, but yeah. So yeah, as you guys can see, I have been on the grind studying. I was on the grind working, but now I'm focusing on YouTube to grow. Oh, that's it. I figured it out. Yippee! I figured out what it was. If you want to start out in social media, and let's say you want to be a social media marketer, you want to work the job. This is different than being an influencer. What's funny is that wasn't what I was gonna say, but I also don't remember what I was gonna say when I originally forgot what I was talking about. So that's just lost of time. I'm sorry. Is the job of, for example, being the Wendy's social media manager that keeps insulting people? If you want to be that guy, then you're gonna have to have some experience in actually managing social media, and for that you're gonna need a portfolio. And the way to build a portfolio, well, you do what I'm doing right now. You try and build your own social media channels. You try to build your YouTube, you try to build your Instagram, you try and build your Facebook, you try to build your TikTok, etc, etc, etc. You try and build all these things. Oh, damn it all. Because with social media management, you don't need a degree in marketing to start, but you're gonna need experience. And then this is the old faithful: how do I get experience if nobody will hire me? Oh, what the fuck is this? Goomba's got hands. Okay, how do I get experience if nobody will hire me without experience? Well, in social media management, there is actually an answer to the question: is you make the experience up. Well, but you don't make it up literally, like I'll just lie on the resume. I mean, you could do that and you might get away with it if the company's stupid enough, but I wouldn't recommend that. Just build your own social media channels. Hey, I was able to bring my my Twitter from this amount of subscribers, followers I mean, to this amount of followers in this amount of time, and that will show some form of expertise and knowledge. If getting hired for that is what you want, whether it be as a freelancer or what are we doing? What am I doing? If that's what you want to do, that's how you build. That's how you do it. This is actually requires some brain power. This level is actually a real level. Isn't that crazy? And I think it's cooler. Yep. That's actually kind of cool level. I didn't even get sidetracked. But yeah, if you want to, get experience on this sort of field, but you don't know how, well, just do your own social media channels. And who knows? My hope is that I'm gonna try and build up this YouTube channel. But even if, let's say, it's not successful enough to a point where I can make a living out of it, but that would be my ideal scenario if I could make a living out of YouTube. But if I couldn't do that, then ideally the experience that I get from doing all this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good enough to get a job in social media management, which is what I'm studying, and then make money that way, right? And I will be a freelancer personally, but that's up to personal preference. A company has financial security, but you have to work for somebody else. Yo, die. Oh man, I have this horrible allergy. But I would personally like to be a freelancer because I don't want to be bossed around. I want to be my own boss. So that's about it, really. But yeah, so I'm starting to run out of shit to talk about. I'm gonna keep a review. So I might do a quick little editing montage here where you'll see me skip over a couple levels in a very fast and cool manner. So watch this. Fuck. Well, now we're gonna cut to the montage where you skip a bunch of levels and it's gonna be very cool. Watch this. What the fuck is that level? What the fuck they can do? They put endless normal level. I'm sorry for the abrupt interruption in the montage. I mean, this is not necessarily a hard level by any means. It just has significantly more obstacles than the normal, than the average endless easy level. So I guess don't repeat this mistake again, Yoshi. Oh shit! Come on, give me. Oh my god! Oh my goodness! That'll be over. Oh, it's not over. Please, that'll be over. There she is. There we go. Alright, there we go. Alright, see that? That level did not happen. Keep going to montage and just pretend you didn't see that one. What the fuck am I?
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Oh, well, I guess I should have seen that one coming, huh? But what if this time? No. There we go. See, we don't even got to engage in this. Yep. I'm so smart. You didn't even see that part. Yep, that's me. Oh, no. Get away from me. Oh, this is actually a real level. What the fuck? Get away from me, you freak. This is actually a real level. Please. Shit, whatever. Please? Where are you going? Whoa, oh, that's scary. Wait, what are we doing? Oh. I don't like the implications. I don't like the implications. It's actually a little challenge. The kids will say, what the hell? Okay, you're a problem. Oh, that's the puzzle. It's a puzzle. Okay. That's actually a pretty decent level. That was actually a pretty decent level. I wouldn't say it was Nintendo quality, but it was actually a pretty decent level. Now what will follow up that little gem, huh? What could possibly follow up that little gem? Ass. That's what follows up that level. Ass. Okay, so it's around the 1 minute 45 mark, which is as promised. The montage should be ending right around here. Oh, hell no. Okay, maybe we... Well, hold up. Maybe we might skip this one. Okay, as I was saying, we had the 1 minute 45 mark. And we will not show that level, but it wasn't even that bad. But point is, so yeah, as you can see, I've been putting my editing practices to the test. I don't think it's gonna be the best montage of all time, but I'm still learning, I'm still improving, and hopefully the end result is one that you will find to your liking. So now really I'm just gonna be saying goodbye because of the 2-hour mark. I'm gonna be calling it because this is way too much endless easy for one person to take. Also at the very, I guess this is not a good idea to ask at the very end of the video, but I'll ask anyway. For anyone that has actually stuck around, I guess this is a good idea to ask because only somebody has stuck around this long will even care to answer. But would you like to see this being done live? I do want to practice streaming as well. The thing with streaming is that, of course, like in that time that I did the little montage that you saw right there, that was pretty beautiful and pretty funny. I was not talking at all, right? So I feel obviously it's way easier. The thing when when I was talking about streaming earlier, and how a essential skill for streaming is basically talking, being able to talk about certain topics even when nobody's there. Well, my problem is that I don't have that skill quite yet, but I can talk about different topics and stuff if there's somebody to bounce off of. But I mean, that's not nearly as hard. Like if you have somebody to bounce off, then as long as you stay engaged with what they're saying, like for example, like in a chat, then of course you can keep conversations going, conversations moving, and you can keep talking continuously. But the problem is when there's nobody, then you gotta have the skill that even when you have nobody, you can talk to an audience. Oh boy. So if anybody has even stuck around this long, because it's probably a very long video, way longer than I intended. I intended this to be a 20-30 minute video, but then it edited down. But then I just kept talking and talking and talking. So I mean, I feel it's pretty good. I feel we're so long without Bleachy content. You get a bunch of Bleachy content. I don't know what's the final damage on this video. I might put up the final number on screen. It's probably gonna be pretty funny. But yeah, way more than I expected. This is a tutorial. No, it isn't. Oh my god. But yeah, overall, I'm still practicing. I'm trying to improve my content. If you want to see any other games, I know, as I said earlier, breaking the niche is not the best idea.
What's up, brother?
Oh, but if there is a specific game that you would like to see, that you would like to see me play, and that you'd be interested in seeing, then shit, I'll do it. If I had, I mean, oh fuck it, I'll probably buy it as long as I have the right platform for it. I know I just have Xbox and Switch, so. But if you have any recommendations, I'll probably take a peek. And maybe I'll make a video on it if I end up enjoying the game. But yeah, other than that, that's about it. Really, I'm just gonna keep playing for these last couple of 10 minutes ish. There we go. Please be done in the level. This is some hot straight ass. Oh, I want to do a wall jump. That's fine. The fact, I would just consider just skipping, because I really really those were my comments. I thought I was gonna take longer than that, but really that didn't take that long at all. So now it's kind of like awkward. Like, do I keep going with the montage, or do I now I don't know. Now it's like, it's a mystery. Let's see what Snow Parkour World 4-4 has to say. Oh shit! See, okay, what happened? Okay, let me explain myself. First off, Snow Parkour World 4-4 is a very hard level. But second off, I had my laptop over the screen, so I didn't see the spikes. So that's on me, because I want to see the timer that I have on screen. It's added to OBS, but obviously it's not on my monitor. So I lifted the. I'm Johnny right now. Why do you even care? I should just. On to the next level. Alright, here we go, here we are. So we are at exactly 2 hours of gameplay. We are one level away from 2,235, so I might as well just play this level, and then I will, once I finish this level, let's just see, 1, 2, 3, 0. Alright, this is, what, you know when the name ends on a bunch of numbers. Yeah, it's gotta be peak, exactly. So I'm gonna put on screen the stats of this. I'm basically, because I don't even remember where did we start. But I'll put what was my ranking when I started recording, what was my ranking when right now, which is global rank to 1024. What was my level count when I started? What was my level count right now? My lives are the same. There's no way that's changing. Yeah, quit. My progress will be saved. I always scared of quitting, because, you know, imagine if all my progress was undone. That would be tragic. But yeah. So all the stats relevant to this video will be put up on screen. I'll be trying at least to do maybe weekly. I don't promise. I really need to see how long it takes me to edit this video, and from there I'll determine if I'll do this weekly or multiple times a week. I'll be trying to post on Fridays if possible. So yeah, other than that, if there's any feedback you like to leave, I am back, baby. But yeah, anything else that anybody would like to know, just leave in the comments. Ask in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.